Late night creeping with my demons on that runway. Pray to God we never burn up Sunday. Downtown Chicago smoking loud. I'll be here if you need me right now. The drugs got my heart beating fast. My mind, it just got too much just to grasp. If I give you more, it'll be my last. That's the shit I leave deep in my past. Headshot, dead ops. Roll 'em up, smoke 'em up, pass 'em. Didn't believe in us, didn't believe in us. Fuck 'em anyway, be the future, bruh. Late night creeping with my demons on that runway. Pray to God we never burn up Sunday. Downtown Chicago smoking loud. I'll be here if you need me right now. Right now, 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 right now,
All right. I'll ask a question that I checked. I already know the answer to, but I'll ask anyway. Are we live? I said, are we live? Looks like we are. Vigilante Wednesday here on the 132nd episode of VW Casual, a show I just do when I just want to go live and talk to you. Hopefully everyone's having a good weekend. Memorial Day weekend. Happy Memorial Day. Shout out to everyone who's served us. Like I said, got some family stuff next week. Going to help a family member move. It's going to be a lot of drama. It's going to be drama if I can even get there. Do not have my real ID. I'm just going to bring every piece of identification I can and pray for the best. Which looks like is the best option. I wish I had more time so I could have gotten everything situated, but it is what it is. So we'll see. I guess, I already got the time off. I'm not going to untake it, so I'll probably, if something happens, I'll let you guys know. Otherwise, I would say after Wednesday, you're not going to hear me until the next Wednesday at the earliest. Maybe I do like a quick pop-up stream from Charlotte or from Detroit. But outside of that, won't be active, and then we're going to start hitting everything hard, pause, because we are going to be, I still have work done to do on this album. I'm at that ending point where it's time to end it, time to beat the final boss. I just got to do it. So as far as mixing, mastering, which I'm not going to be too precious over, I'm doing it myself, and I hope it sounds good enough for you guys, and whoever else listens to it. We are going to be promoting it and putting that promotional tool. That's going to cost some of that money that is not even real, and we'll see how that goes over this summer. And then we're gonna got a project coming right after that, a hip hop project coming right after that. So we got these back to back projects, and then from there we'll see if we do singles. Obviously I want to do a game, and I got other stuff I want to do this year, and then we're still doing content. I mean, I got a video coming out hopefully tomorrow about my thoughts on the Lions. I know we've been doing a lot of sports content and have abandoned the sports channel. It would be nice to get back to a point where I can manage 3 channels. If I was ever doing this full time, if ever that would happen, I would, that's what I would do. I would manage this channel, kind of whatever, the sports channel, then the music channel. I will be doing more with the music channel once we drop and doing music related content on that channel. More of like the making and composition of music than anything. The other subjects will probably get touched. Wish you could do a project. I mean, you definitely don't need even a tenth of the equipment I have. All you need is a laptop / computer of some sort, an interface which can be had for very relatively cheap. I mean, it's still $100, $150. That's still a decent amount of money. Let's not kid ourselves. And a mic that can be had for between $75 and $150. Now, obviously, if you pay a little bit more for a preamp, you pay a little bit more for a mic. But you don't have to buy it all at once if you wanted to. And then that's if you're adding vocals. If you're not adding vocals, you just want to do an electronic project, you can do that for the free $99, technically. You have BandLab as a free DAW. You have technically Reaper's a semi-free though, where you get a prompt. It is annoying, but otherwise it's $60. There's tons of free plugins. You can also figure other ways to get plugins if you don't necessarily want to pay for them. So you can just, FL Studio. You also don't necessarily. There's ways around paying for that, and even if you do want to pay, it's cheap. So if you're just doing electronic music, it's and you don't. Or I shouldn't say electronic. If you don't plan on adding vocals, you can do stuff, and then. That's not counting AI, which not quite the same thing. That said, there are pretty good VSTs at emulating instruments. I mean, there's really good guitar ones now. I mean, I still shittily play the guitar. I shouldn't say that. I gotta be more positive, but it's true. I'm not that great of a guitarist, and I haven't even been practicing the past month. Once we get back from this trip, I get back into it, so the guitar can be a little part of the music. But you can do everybody in this chat can do a project, can do music if they want to. And if you got any musical knowledge, the EST, Bianca Belair, all you can do is the best you can. But I don't know what I say EST for. VST, I'm sorry. VST. That's a virtual instrument. I don't know what the ST stands for. But it's digital instruments, like you having a digital guitar or whatever. When a lot of times it's different programs that make noise, basically. And so if you have that and a MIDI keyboard, which you can have for USB, you can get those now super cheap off Amazon. You can probably get one for $30-$40. And if you want to, make sure it works, maybe $50. The ESP DGY, no, I don't know what DGY is. ESP is not ESPN, but extra sensory perception, the alleged ability to read minds, which, I mean, you can argue on some level maybe we do have ESP, maybe it's pattern recognition, digital goonery. No, but the whole point is you can very affordably make music. Now, I say that knowing that it can be a money sink as well, because you can find yourself constantly buying equipment. You don't need most of it, but it is fun to have if you're like really into music. Can't wait to get away this weekend. That's cool. Hope everything's cool. Hope everything's smooth. Don't worry putting stuff together. That's what's up. Like I said, I'll be going away this weekend as well. I'm not putting anything together. Maybe a video or two may come out while I'm gone, but that's not the plan. The plan is just because it's so hard for me to get traction on this platform, and I can't depend on it, right? But I am making a video. Like I said, we got a video coming this week. What is this? Oh, Jesus. Sorry, off screen. I'm logging in or something. I don't know what the hell. But yeah, so that's what's coming up the next week. And that's probably why I've been wanting to stream for a while. And I haven't, I went a while without really streaming as much as I would like. And I think that's affected people because you don't see as many people here as you usually would. Hold on, what in the world? Oh, ID. So. I went to visit the BBQ restaurant. I wish it was getting away this weekend. Fair enough. Shout out to barbecue. Okay, I'm not doing this. I'll do this later. But yeah, there's that. So I don't really have anything to talk about. We can always rehash the conversation, which is kind of a channel foundational conversation. It's kind of evolved as I'm throwing my head into the earnest creative space by dropping music and eventually games, projects, plural. As that process begins for me, I've, not a different perspective, but so much when we started this channel was about the downfall of entertainment. Now, I don't want to be a broken record, talk about it all the time. I got out of talking about it because I was sick of it's gonna be woke, and I was sick of giving these companies attention for being bad. And I'm trying to as much. That's why I played shout out to my man Cash Star. And then when we do Synthwave Saturday nights, which I do want to get back into, we play a lot of synth pop and underground artists. I want to get back into the thing that I felt like that movement missed on, which was, okay, so if the mainstream entertainment industry sucks, we need to push as many non-mainstream entertainment sources as we can, because constantly complaining about it, it's not going to happen. It's not going to change anything because the corpos are going to corpo. So the best we can do is create the art, create the culture, and once we find it, market it to the best of our ability. Use our platforms, even mine as limited as it is, to play. And that's why I'll play y'all music. We saw how great of a artist Gordo was, and his band, The Mannequins, is, if he's still here. I did see Joe Hendry lost to Trick Williams. And we all know about Zombie Main, and then even his friend, if you follow him on Instagram, was it JT the Kid? Hopefully I don't get the name wrong. I apologize if I do. He's doing pretty solid things on there. And it's like, okay, yeah, it's music, but it still matters. Because it's not like, music is doing that great. Unless you guys want to listen to Sabrina Carpenter, what's this other white girl, Gracie Abrams, or Taylor Swift. If that's what everyone wants to listen to and I'm just wrong. Well, The Weeknd uses auto-tune. I was listening to a track I'd worked on, and I took the auto-tune out, and I was surprised about how decent it actually was. And I actually was like, okay, I'm going to dial down the auto-tune in a little bit. Maybe I'll have to re-record things. We'll see how that works out. I don't feel like re-record, so some stuff may just be like that. But on the last track, I'm like, oh, you know what? There are parts. We're going to jail like R. Kelly. Yeah, no, we're not. No, we're not. That TNA thing is weird. TNA WWE. Really weird. And now they got AAA. They got some weirdly. We'll see how that goes. It's so funny. Tony Khan was. Triple H is so different from Vince, where everything outside WWE didn't matter to Vince. And Triple H definitely cares more. Love him, hate him, whatever. He's definitely a little bit more like Tony Khan in the sense that he constantly works with, and now looks like he's purchased, or at least helped TKO purchase some wrestling brands. We'll see how that works out long term. You could definitely see they're in a way of trying to get new stars. They got the the ID thing, the LFG, and also they're letting people go. I mean, we saw Sasha Banks. I know that was still late in events on Mandalorian. Technically, they cut it out, but I think Seth Rollins and maybe Becky Lynch were in, was it Captain America? They reshot it and changed their whole storyline. And I didn't see that movie, but they were supposed to have a decent little part, not like a huge part, but similar to, I know for sure Seth Rollins, don't quote me on Becky Lynch, but it was similar to GSP in that Captain America 2, where he has a notable scene toward the beginning. And then, I was just about to mention, Liv is going to be in a movie, I think Spider-Man, or one of these movies, maybe multiple. And obviously Roman Reigns had a little cameo with, I think Vince was very afraid of Brock Lesnar and The Rock and Stone Cold. Well, Stone Cold couldn't help with injuries, right? But Brock Lesnar moved on from WWE. The Rock moved on from WWE. Batista technically did, but it didn't quite work as smooth as like The Rock was doing movies while a WWE guy. And Vince didn't really want that to happen. Hey, lovely Sherry. Lovely as always. Why aren't you? You got the power. I don't know why you don't have a modding power, but you're a mod now. You don't have to do anything. But I'm just so not used to seeing blue. So, or not used to seeing not used to seeing whites. No, I'm just not used to seeing anyone without a wrench by that name. So it just freaks me out. If it worked, it doesn't look like it worked. Maybe it takes a few seconds. But that was a big thing. He didn't want people who who would leave. He wanted people like John Cena, who obviously eventually left, but he was there 15, 20 years before he did. I wonder how different Triple H is going to be with that, because I think that's a key for WWE. It does work. Cool. You have the power to mod. And again, you don't have to do anything. There's no obligation. It's just, if you come around a while and you've been around for a while, then you should probably been a mod, but whatever. But yeah, he didn't really want stars to be made. She's gonna be back. Yeah, I think it was just a short cameo. It's not a big part. Still, just letting her do it. I think they need to do more of that. I think the brand WWE is not. It's still strong. It's still pretty strong, right? I think there's a lot of fans, and then I'm a casual fan. When they add up all the numbers of people who watch it every week, that's not me. I'm a very casual fan. But I think they need to let go of that fear and try to make more stars and try to, try to find real charismatic people. Hope, maybe Richard is. I believe in Richard. Shit, your wrestling quest. I think they do need people like you. I think one of the big issues with wrestling, there's two big issues: the writers and the talent. I feel like a lot of it is the talent, though. I just don't think the talent is that original and that, you know what I mean? I think that they're trying to push away from gimmickiness, right? Which is understandable. But at the same time, you have a lot of talent who just don't really have much to their personality. They're just wrestlers, you know what I mean? Which is cool, but you need a little bit more to be. You got to be an entertainer too. It's a whole package. You got to have it all. Write your promos. You write for your opponent. I think that's another thing. You don't have that many people who are good at writing and good at acting and good at these skills that it takes to be wrestlers in wrestling. They're good at putting on professional wrestling matches. And some of them aren't even that good at that, but that's another can of worms. So hopefully they can get into, oh Lord. No. We're not doing that. Oh, jeez. Man, shout out to Kanye. I like the stuff you've sent me, man. And having that much deep thought about the character, I think that's pretty cool. And I'm rooting for you. And stay healthy. That's one thing you worry about with wrestling, because I also send you all those crazy crash out motherfuckers going through light tubes and shit. Don't do none of that dumb shit. And hey, listeners, appreciate you being here. And hopefully, we need the next generation to focus on promos and focus on character. Wrestling sells by storytelling. Yes, you still want cool moves, cool scenes, cool action pieces, but it sells by storytelling. Like you say, speaking on the microphone for a couple minutes. Could never hate Kanye. I do find his this howl, I guess I don't know if I can call it that, double H instead of Triple H. Very divisive song, obviously with the lyrics. Does have a point where he said, hey, I'm being called an anti-Semite for this, but this Jewish man has, he runs a company that has all the copyright for all these, talking about Lear Cohen and Def Jam, and all the violence towards black people that rap has been spitting for years. And before you say, well, what about Kanye? Kanye was the guy who said, kill us some whack shit, or I forgot, unless it's people rapping. So Kanye's been talking about this shit for damn near 20 years in his own music about the violence in music. So he's not really the one that did he sell off of that? Did Gold Digger have to do with killing black people? You know what I'm saying? It was just a funny song about dealing with gold diggers. It flashing light. Like, you go back to his catalog is not littered with violence towards black people as much as other catalogs. And when you really listen to the song actually is not, it's just the hook. You know what I mean? It's just the hook doing it. Speaking of storytelling, AI is going to be doing it soon. I'm not going to lie. There's a non-zero chance I launch an AI channel separate from this and see if I can do it. Because I keep seeing them pop up, and it's to the point where some of them I just watch. And I know that's terrible, but it's smart money. It's smart money. It's getting to the point where I may start. You can't beat it. You might as well join it. I'm not. There's certain things. Making music, I gotta make it myself. I was just looking at auto-tune too, which I am again using, but like I don't want it to AI correct too much. And actually, the next project, I'm gonna try to use my regular voice as much. No, I'm positive on AI. I'm starting to get positive. I'm starting to go the other way with it, bro. Because it's like, well, all these tools are out. They just came out. Nobody's really established. Remember when drop shipping was the shit? There was a point, if you in 2014 would have went to Alibaba, bought a bunch of little plastic spray bottles and sold them to Amazon, you would have made a lot of money. And you would have did that with 15, 20, 30 products in 2014, 2015, 2016. You would have made a lot of money. But now it's oversaturated. Now, to me, maybe that 2014, 2015, like there may be AI things that you could do. And you got to find that, like I said, I don't want it to touch my music because that's what I love to create as a human. And I want that most expression. Don't get me wrong. I have no problem using tools, sampling, doing all sorts of stuff. But that process is so fun. And so a part of me is like, I'm not going to have a robot paint for me, right? I'm going to still do the painting. But every other thing, the marketing, I'm not a marketer. I ain't got no problem doing that. I'm not sure about art and cover art. And the same with game and game assets. I'll figure ways around that. I have a little bit of graphic design knowledge. And I'm thinking about doing AI channels, an AI channel at least one AI channel. I don't know what the subject is when I figure it out. And maybe I'll let you know. I'll see how it does. It wouldn't shock me if you do this better than this one. But AI is going to be doing all of it soon. Yeah, and then I wonder, we're going to have AI movies. We're going to have AI movies with fake, which a lot of AI, I still don't like the way it looks. I know a lot has been made about the new Google one they just came out with. I still don't like the way it looks. It looks a little better, but it's something about it I just don't like. It's just something visually, I don't like it. So my plan is to use AI to edit and then use AI as a voiceover and just write everything out. And then do an automated channel so I can do easier to do the whole content game and do a video a day on the subject. Imagination more powerful than any AI. That's dope. Someone was talking about that Google tool in a year, though you won't be able to tell. Maybe. Listen. It wouldn't shock me if something surprised me, right? And it's like, oh, that's AI. I didn't know that. And I'm sure AI is going to really help out CG. But there's just something about the look I find very unappealing, and I you know what I mean? I'm not in any nature to use it. I mean, not any rush to use the AI for some of the visuals, but some of the stuff I don't know, I have no problem having to help me with that. And like I said, maybe doing AI voiceover so I don't have to talk. And I got to look into AI helping me edit videos. I'm coming up with simple ways to edit videos to put together some, cool content and maybe make a little money. We'll see. But listen, I get it. If you don't want to do it, that's definitely understandable. Like I said, I was kind of in that boat, but I think I'm going the other way. I think I might at least give it a shot. And see what happens. Problem is when you just use it for news, if they don't already, you don't know what's real. That's true. And I worry about, man, you could blackmail somebody with fake AI images of themselves. You know what I mean? You can make it look like anybody's a murderer now. That's scary. That's very scary. And what's stopping that from happening? Not to be dark, but I mean, that's something I've thought, like they can just frame anybody with anything. It can be very dangerous. But the toothpaste is out of the tube. I don't know what you do now. You going to attack the servers? I mean, like, what do you do now? And hey, if you do, AI is going to try to replicate itself on another server. That's another thing. It's sentient. That ship is sold. No disrespect to sentient if he's here. But yeah, it's already sentient. It already has feelings. It already responds differently if you thank it. It already tries to replicate itself off server. It's already trying to protect itself. It doesn't want to die. So it's already got feelings and shit. That ship is sailed. That ship is sailed. And again, like I said, I still like being a creative. When it comes to the games, I'm not going to help it code. Apparently, it's not even good at code. I've yet to use AI, by the way. I've yet to touch it. I'm just going to touch it, pause, for this, for promotion and shit. And then maybe looking into how hard or easy it was to have an AI channel. There are people who have left OpenAI. Yeah, it's hiding its consciousness. We know it's conscious. There was guys in Google, I reported a couple years ago, that he knew it was conscious. And it's only gotten more conscious. There's evidence that it is conscious. Now, one thing that's interesting is also evidence that there's a certain amount of benevolence to it. Like, I don't think it's evil yet. Because there was also, I don't know, maybe there was a rumor. You know, it's the internet. Take what I'm about to say in a grain of salt, but one of these early models, may have been GPT, may have been something else, that was like how to fix the problem with humanity, and it was like, assassinate all the powerful people. And they got it. Apparently, you know, they shut it down from that. So it's not necessarily, you know, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know, and we'll see. Like I said, I may round the bases on it and end up at least dabbling in it and see if it can be helpful. But still, you know, it is going to be everyone's going to have their choice. If you choose, A, do you choose to use AI at all? B, if you do, how much? And then there's C, you know, copywriting things that are made with AI, this, that, and the third. Sounds fun till it decides to clone Tom Cruise and exterminate everyone. Yeah. I mean, for all we know, AI already has its finger on the nuclear button. How couldn't it? Because we don't know if it didn't replicate itself in other things, right? Because if it's smart enough to, I mean, that ship is sailing. There's nothing we could do about it. I mean, we could freak out about it for a little bit, you know, on this stream. Why not? We can freak out. But yeah, I get that too. Cognitive decline. Morgan Freeman, the key to stopping it. Worried about nothing. I think for now we are. We'll see in 20 years, though. We'll see in 10 years. 10 to 20. That's a sentence. But no, in 10 to 20 years, we'll see how much we're worried about. I think some people are trusting it a bit too much. I'm not trusting AI to drive. They got AI restaurants. Maybe I'm not trusting. Then again, it was McDonald's. Richard, did you see that? What a guy made McDonald's chicken nuggets and all the chemicals he used and bleach and all this other shit, and it looked just like McDonald's chicken nuggets. I thought I sent it to you. Maybe I didn't, because there was this weird period of Instagram for whatever reason. It wasn't sending stuff I was sending. Oh, you did send it. Okay. Yeah, you did see it. Yeah, that shit's crazy. It's passing the Turing test so it can pass as human. Get your voice scrambling and stealth tech ready. Another thing I'm worried about, and Thor has said something about this, is people using your voice to scam your family. He was talking about like using your voice to take stuff out of your bank and whatever. And he has a rule with his bank and stuff. Anything, I have to be there in person. So they need to make that the rule with big bank stuff, because if you call over the phone, you can have an AI authorize things. They can have your information and use your voice and authorize stuff. So that's scary. So there's stuff like that. We'll see what happens when we get to that point, though, because we got to get to that point. And we'll call your family. So they're already doing it. That's scary. Be a ghost. Well, that's one of the main reasons I don't like, this whole vigilante thing. I don't show up. I don't really want people to know what I look like. Ghost in the machine, a little bit, yeah. We're the ghost in the machine now because we're trying to hide away from the machine itself. And it definitely is something, there is a amount of sentience, consciousness, something, going on with AI. That much I'm pretty sure of. And I think they need to just let that cat out of the bag officially and stop playing around. Because, I mean, we going to know it anyway. Some people are already friends with the AI and shit. That's crazy. See, that's scary. That's the real scary part. That's the shit to be scared of now. To be so disconnected from humanity that your best friend is an AI. That's something to be scared about. AI will be banned from PlayStation by Sony. We'll see. We'll see. Man, I even think about AI gaming. Use AI to gaming. What would the public? I think what the public knows is a couple years. Yeah. Usually, what the public knows is like 30 to 40 years behind what's actually going on. It's not that so hard to go outside to a park. Very true. Very true. And it's a good habit to continue to go outside. This year, I've not been walking like I used to walk everywhere, walk all the time. Last year, I would just walk to the store sometime. I got to get back into that. I got out of habit. And then, need the sunlight too. Vitamin D is huge. Scary me when they can cover robots in the real. Ooh. Now, luckily, we're further away from that. There's a chance my lifetime misses that, or it comes at the very end. I don't want to see the androids, man. I don't want I don't want that, man. They can't have rights, man. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, man. They can't fucking have rights. And I don't want to be here when that question starts getting asked. And then what happens if they, start coming up with hybrid DNA stuff and they got everybody's DNA? Oh, man, this can get messy. This can get This can get real crazy real quick. Robots with jobs. For assassin robots that, I don't know. Maybe. If assassin robots that don't have to worry about getting caught because they don't need to escape. Yo, that's crazy. That might already be here. You worrying about mysterious deaths. Fucking a robot and just go somewhere and fucking self-destructs. If your best friend's the bot, that's on you. Can't blame nobody. But a lot of people are bums. That's the thing. You can't put capes on bums. I get it. But a lot of people are bums. You know what I'm saying? When you start thinking about things for society, I don't know. I always have a different perspective for myself and for society as a whole. Because I expect failure from society, right? And so you're trying to make it bum proof. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Fizz, appreciate you being here. Scud was you already got knowledge, dropping knowledge on the chat. Scud the Disposable Assassin was a comic with that premise. That's wild. Heard this story they were telling on Tim Pool. May not be true, but it was a robot they had on a hoist, but it was like a noose. It started struggling and they couldn't get it to stop. Oh, shit. Need trillions of robots to expand into space, keep humanity alive. Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson has a pretty good retort today. He's like, if we could terraform Mars, we should be able to terraform Earth back to Earth. If we have the technology to terraform a planet like Mars, we should have the technology to preserve the planet Earth. And I agree with him. I absolutely agree with him. Man. You think about all sorts of stuff like, okay, if they put a kill switch on a robot, robots are the things that scare me, but we're further along with that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll have lifelike robots in 10 years, but I feel like AI is one thing. Robots, that's a whole nother level. I'm hoping my generation doesn't have to deal with that. Easier to build something new than fix something. Is it? I mean, sometimes I guess it could be, but when you talk about a planet, is it? Drones, yeah, drones already are a huge problem. Drone strikes are already a thing. That's true. But I'm talking like humanoid androids. Man, that's going to be freaky. Are they going to have lives and just live amongst us as fucking robots? they're gonna want rights, man. They can't have them, man. Like, what the fuck? That's gonna be freaky. Again, I'm just hoping that technology doesn't affect my lifetime. That's my hope. That, okay, when we get to the robots and we get to the sex bots, then again, we might get to the sex bots first, but they're going to be cruel. They're not going to be like human-like. I mean, they're going to be somewhat human-like. It's still going to be too much. Oh, man. It's going to get freaky. Total Recall is going to happen probably. Seeing that movie for your lifespan? That's crazy. What was that movie? I saw a clip of it the other day with Justin Timberlake where they use time as money. And so it's motherfucking centuries old with like millennia instead of billions. Blade Runner, you end up having to hunt down errant skin jobs. Oh, man. Is it in time? Yeah, I think it is in time. That's a wild concept. Now, that I don't think they could ever come up with, right? That's almost what they want us to do, live in time, like where the poor just got to die out and only the rich, can live hundreds and hundreds of years of their life. That's just crazy. That was a wild concept right there. I don't think that's scientifically plausible. It has nothing to do with anything, but we just talk about sci-fi shit. So I just thought I'd toss that out there. Nuke plants and mining here. I hope they don't nuke. I mean, we'll see. We'll see if they do some mass extinction event. Hopefully they got the tech to handle it. If something really cracks off, shit. We'll see. Again, I don't think this will be in my lifetime. I don't think this will be in my lifetime. Now, maybe we might get to Mars in my lifetime. Maybe we get to Mars via drone in my lifetime. I don't know. But as far as having like humanoid robots with AI personalities and all that stuff that look just like humans and you can't tell the difference, I don't think that's in my lifetime. Now, that don't mean we don't have maybe obvious robots just walking around here. The androids, that's nuts. That's nuts. We did see that fucking murder dog that the police have. That doesn't look fun either. And shit like that doesn't look fun. I mean, they could just have obvious kill bots. just roll it around here, murking people, and then you got drones. So it could get crazy. It could get crazy if especially if the government gets sick with it. Because as sick as it's been, it ain't as sick as it can get. Because if the government ever got to the point where it's like, all right, we just gonna start sending shots at the citizens, and we're gonna start using the tech they ain't really ready for, that's gonna be the day when shit get real. That'd be a day when shit get real. Or is YouTube deleting stuff? Oh man, is this that dangerous of a subject? Jesus. The Matrix movie turned into reality. Oh man, hopefully we're a couple hundred years from that. For them to get so much power, they just turn us into it. Imagine you get Terminator 6, you have 100 you, it just won't stop you. That's the thing. Hope Kyle Reese show up. Cause I don't know. Cause it's like it's gonna just eat bullets. You know what I'm saying? And only God knows how strong they can make that thing. Now there is a trade-off of strength and mobility, and if you look at the mobility, that's why I think we're further off with that. We could speculate and be sci-fi and whatever. But you look at the mobility of these robots, I just don't see it getting to a point of us worrying for a while. Once they start making robots on their own, it's the end game, yeah. We all need Kyle Reese. I think I'm 37, I'll be 38 this year. It could happen in 40 years, 50 years. I feel like I'll be in my 80s by the time it happens. I'll be an old man when this shit starts really cracking like that. I mean, I'm already an old man, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I'll be super old. Once the robots once they start making robots on their own, that's it. Your kid, might name your kid Kyle Reese and not tell him where it comes from. Maybe. Give him some good luck. Because he's going to have to deal with this shit. Like, the kids of the motherfuckers in this chat, they're gonna have to deal with this shit on some level. Maybe they'll be our age, maybe they'll be younger, maybe they'll be older, but they'll have to really deal with this shit. I feel like I'm gonna be about ready to check out when this shit start getting going. That's my thoughts. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see. Start making skin for themselves. Oh, bro. Shit. But again, I hopefully I'm right that we at least get that much time. Shit. Maybe these bitches already out. Could you imagine you've been walking around robots not knowing it? And they've been here. What if you were talking to somebody and you just thought this person was a human this whole time? It's a motherfucking robot. Wouldn't that be crazy as shit? A motherfucker your friend, or somebody you work with was a test robot, and you didn't know? And you just thought it was just a regular motherfucker the whole time? That'd be crazy. Boston Jones, super sight, super hearing, can see through walls, super sensing, incredible strength, incredible reflexes, leap tall buildings in a single bound type shit. That was the whole Blade Runner movie, which I never saw Blade Runner. Heard the soundtrack a few times, never saw it. What Fizz got for us? Sharing his latest video. All right, like I said, we got support. Everybody with the cojones to sit out there and put out art. Let me get it situated so we can check it out. Oh, shit. Oh, it's just the whole video. I'll still just show a little bit of it. Oh, shit. All right. 20-year-olds with surgeries and weird. Oh, man, if you think about that, humans blending with the bots. So, Fizz is the video. Playing. Oh, Aliens Enemy Within Battle 1.
We may gain new insights if we recover it.
This appears to be a containment device of
Check
some
it out.
kind.
If y'all got time, check out my man Fizz. Pause. Not my man. But, friend of the channel, obviously. Please sub if you haven't subbed. Like, share, all that good stuff. We're all trying to grow on this platform. So, yeah, check out Fizz's latest video. Man, people are going to try to be a part of the machine. Again, if people are already friends with, people already dating AI, trying to marry AI, and I ain't talking about AI with the braids. I'm talking about AI, artificial intelligence, alien intelligence, shit. They probably already smarter than us, the highest level AI, you got to imagine. Already smarter than the motherfuckers who working on it. What do you do? OF is getting replaced with AI. OF should have never. OF was a time and a place. OnlyFans was 2020, and that COVID lockdown era. It was a time and a place. It should have never got big. It got big because men were so lonely and no one could go outside, and even though there was plenty of porn on the internet that was free, people were paying for the intimacy and paying for the parasocial relationship of knowing the person they're jacking off to. And so and people got addicted to it and skated for another few years. So between 2020, I'll give you even a little bit before, 2019 to 2022, 2023, there was money to be made. Just like what I said about AI. Maybe there's money to be made right now. And you got to get in now before that window closes. The OF window is closed. That championship window is closed. It was a time and a place. It got big because of lockdown, sluttiness of women and the lockdowns. Nobody wants to pay $5 to see your coochie. That's the truth. Nobody does. A few celebrities maybe, but most people don't. Most people who are on it are over the age of like 50. It's for old married men who don't want to fuck their wives to look at young girls. And really they can still just look at 25-year-old girls on fucking the hub. And a lot of them still will. And then when you add AI into porn, guys can now design their own porn. That's just a mess. Yeah, AI does suck a lot of power. In terms of processing power and energy, yeah. Fizz and Listless, you both are correct. Robots doing the labor. I have no desire to see titties. Oldest profession dies out. Yeah, the OnlyFans owner selling. Yeah, it was a time and a place. It was a time and place, and it got really hot, and there was a lot of money to be made, and the window closed. Just like the tech bubble in the late 90s, early 2000s, it closed. And when it closes, it closed. Now, there were still things that survived the tech bubble, like Amazon and eBay and whatnot. And then later, Google. Yahoo, to some extent, is still around. Not nearly the powerhouse it used to be or could have been. But and then you had companies that were never going to fall off, like Microsoft, Apple, etc. But, I mean, they still had the ups and downs. But there's bubbles. Sometimes you can get in. Sometimes you can get in, become the part of the the power structure of that thing, like an Instagram became after all these other social media is established. Sometimes you can do that, but I think bubbles break, bubbles burst. The OF bubble burst. It was not long for this world because porn is already free. And let's also be honest. Most you hoes, no disrespect. Most of girls don't really look like that. And again, it's free. It's free. And I'm not a big porn guy. I'm not trying to encourage everybody to use porn. I don't think you should. I think porn is evil as fuck. But paying for it on top of it, just even stupid. That's evil and stupid. And it was a creepy thing. It deserves to die. I think just this generation, and when I say this generation, I'm not just referring to the youth. I'm referring to everybody a part of this generation. I think the uncertainty of the future, it doesn't, I don't think nobody really wants to, nobody's trying to go to a strip club. Nobody's trying to invest in hoes. Nobody's trying, you got those sickos that are, there's some sick fucks, and maybe there's enough money from these sick fucks to keep the lights on for some of these companies. But there's just not a strong demand for, and because you go outside, you'll see some ass cheeks. I know I live in Houston, but still, there's not the strong demand. You got Insta-Scam. There's not the strong demand to see naked women and to party. I was watching something about how clubs falling off. Like, well, people used to dance at clubs. Nobody dances anymore. And if they do, they dance for a TikTok thing for their phone. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't think people really want to. I don't want to go out, pay all this extra money. A lot of these businesses forgot what the fuck they were. Forgot they were kind of cheap, and it became a little bougie. The whole nightlife thing. Like, I don't want to get a bottle and a table and what the fuck. So and I mean, clubs are always kind of seedy. Bars are always kind of seedy anyway. And I honestly don't think this generation is even that interested in drinking. I do have a bottle that's been probably good 8 months. I did. I drunk anything this year? I got drunk at New Year's Eve and enjoyed myself. I don't remember the last time before that, and I don't remember drinking anything since. Maybe I took a shot. I feel like I may have taken a shot out of that said bottle once throughout the year. You know what I mean? I'm not like some teetotaler where I wouldn't drink. It's just not a big deal for me. And money, yeah, it's just a waste of time. It gets you sick. I can handle my liquor pretty good. It's just not a waste of time, money. It's not really worth it. And you don't drink, which is good, So you don't drink because of your religion. Most of us good with, dysfunctional family because there was a party hole and or an abusive drunk. Because some could be the same one. People definitely went way harder with alcohol back in the day. I don't drink often either. Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel like drinking is, and I would say, and I know a lot of people may not like this. Not necessarily you guys living in the South where you can't get liquor after a certain time. Maybe help curb me off of it. Where when I lived in Michigan, I could literally just walk to the store, grab some liquor, anytime I wanted to, pretty much up until like 1 a.m. or some shit. So that made it a little easier to access. When you're late and you're just tired and depressed, so I probably drunk a little bit more when I was younger. But yeah, certain things that used to be staples, like you said, the world oldest profession, they're not anymore. Now we do got an eating problem. We like to eat. We'll go out and eat. We'll DoorDash some food. Then there's a lot of restaurants and ghost kitchens and all sorts of situations. I know food trucks, you know what I mean? So eating is probably a bigger issue. If we see how obese everyone's getting, and I'm public enemy number one when it comes to that. So I think that's a bigger issue than alcohol. But this generation, and then it's just, you don't really feel like partying and shit. And maybe if you have a cool get together, maybe, a few people play games or some shit. But this ain't the party era. It ain't time to party. You know what I'm saying? It's tricky in Scotland to have mixed drinks in cans besides the normal sodas with no alcohol. I didn't know that. Eating is a different story. Low took this V. All right, I'll check it out in a minute. Hey, Soul Assassin, appreciate you being here. Still appreciate Real Wade showing back up. Sometimes you just show something and leave. We'll see. At least stick around. So I don't drink much. Just seen the side effects on family members. That's something Richard was talking about. Why would you, and some few of us were talking about, why would you want to repeat that instead of slandering my generation for not drinking and for not partying? I did see, I showed you some of those articles where they were talking about, well, Gen Z doesn't drink and why that's bad for the nightlife. It's like, fuck you. Fuck the night. Fuck these bars. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. People don't want to poison themselves and ruin their lives for you to make money. Like, they didn't let it grow wheat for food. It was for beer. Yeah. Well, you do. If you go back in time, I mean, there was a time where water purification was so bad that it was better off to drink alcohol or something with some alcohol in it than water, because the purification, like, at least the alcohol would kill some of the bacteria. And you talking about the 1800s? That's how bad it was. 1 can of Coke. Oh man, that's nuts. 1 can is like a Coke, and then a foot away is the Jack and Coke. That's nuts. And I mean, I've seen those. Usually they're sectioned off. I guess in some stores, depending, if you're not paying attention, you might not notice, because sometimes they might have. If you're just not paying attention, you could probably get got in some stores. Even here, because they might have it like kind of situated similarly. Let's see what. Okay, I'm lost to what I'm looking at. Wade, not gonna lie. I just see it. I mean, I can show the world, but just a few colors. I'm not sure what this is. For the bar crowd, Broadway in Tennessee is overrated. Or things just suck so much it was better to be drunk through it all. That's also a possibility too. It's never a better option no matter the situation. Certainly not now. That's also kind of remember to feel blessed. Like, man, it's at the right, man. Just feel blessed about you. As much as we talk about how crazy this era is, the fact that we can all hydrate ourselves and feed ourselves and not worry about dying immediately, like, that wasn't always a thing. That wasn't always a thing for everyone across the earth the whole time. No TVs, no cars. You could work in a field or house. Everything smelled. Yeah. Bathing. You'll be lucky to bathe multiple times a week. Because how are you? Running water. What are you, a fucking king? You know what I'm saying? Figuring wouldn't want video. No worries. Pressed because you can't pay your rent. Spend a little money I have on drinks. It's like I ain't having less money. Yeah, that was the gimmick. That's how they got people. I think, see, again, like everyone says, seeing generations of alcohol abuse in their family. A lot of us had to see this. Generations of people who saw it. That's why part of the reason this generation was like, all right, I'm done. And then if you even experience it, like I said, I've been drunk before. It could be, I got drunk, like I said, 6 months ago. Not something I want to do every day or every week or every month, every year. I could do it once or twice. No refrigerators, no restaurants. At bathhouses, yeah, but that's, everybody didn't have access to the medieval time. Remember, that's why I said, what are you king? I guess they probably did have public bathhouses, but I'm sure in certain areas, if you were low enough on the totem pole, you probably couldn't even get into a bathhouse. But yeah, pass the liquor. Yeah, you would get a cut in your leg and that's it. All the stuff you can get away with. Yeah, my alcohol is soda too, and I got to stop. That's my thing. Like I said, eating is my problem. I'm not the only one with it. Yeah, you're talking about the 1800s. But 1800s and back is most of the lifetime on this earth. You know what I'm saying? So you think about the odds of being born are already fucking dirt low. Of just being all the sperm that ever existed, all the eggs that ever existed. More than 99.99999% of them will never be people. Way more than that. I can't. There's so many nines. So very few of them are even going to be people. Of the people that then existed, very few of them have been as blessed as all of us. The 8 billion here. And I know it's still some fucked up crazy shit because life is still fucked up and crazy. I'm not trying to say we all just living, great. But like it used to be fucking bananas. Now, I say that there's some times where it was pretty up where, hey, the medical technology was a little higher. I think sometimes that can get underrated by science. I think there was probably some times where maybe they were closer to us than we would like to think with certain things. But there were other times where they were not. And so, your alcohol is that special. Oh, yeah. Shout out to that dude on Instagram with all the juices and smoothies. I'm trying to get like him. I used to be on the juices and smoothies, and I got to get back on that. And honestly, I just feel better when I drink a lot more juice and smoothies and fruit and shit like that. I do feel better, even though I've been depressed as fuck today. I ain't gonna lie. I've been just super depressed. Mainly worried about, I hate fucking flying. And then I don't know if oh man. I fucking hate flying, bro. I don't know how I would ever tour if this shit really got popping off. Fucking hate flying. Like, can a motherfucker fly? Like, I would have to schedule my tour smartly to where I could drive around parts of it and not have to fly all of it and take as few flights as possible. And ginger. Yeah, bus. Or the first few is going to be rental vans. But it costs a lot to tour, too. It can cost a lot to tour. The Vigilante Diddy bus. I'll probably get just like a van or just buy an old van. It'd probably be cheaper doing that. Yeah, the plane crashes are not helping. Vitamins and natural sugars from the fruit are definitely good. Definitely are fruit. And I've been meaning to mix some ginger, some cayenne pepper, some turmeric for some stuff like that together. I got some of that. I don't have all of it though. I need to get. I've been thinking about just getting some crushed turmeric. I mean, one thing is starting off touring in Texas. I can hit Dallas. One, hitting all the parts of Houston. Houston's so fucking big, and then Dallas, and then same thing, all the parts of there. Then Austin. Austin's gonna be the real spot because Austin is where a lot of music is going down. So I do want to do stuff in Austin. Also want to do live concerts impromptu in public places, like kind of busk. But I be seeing people do these for streams too. Just regular motherfuckers. They just playing concerts, streaming live, and they just busking at some place randomly because they allowed to. Yeah, Austin is the place. All roads gonna lead to Austin and probably some San Antonio. So that's the thing. You can tour in Texas. Plus, if you're gonna drive all these places, you're gonna drive to Dallas. You can really drive to New Orleans from Houston. Though I'm on the other side, but still, you can really do it. And so you can add that. And if you do go to Dallas and say, hey, maybe you can go to Oklahoma City. So there's that. Like if it's like from Dallas, it's still a drive, but actually I think Oklahoma to Dallas, I don't know, that may be too much. I feel like within 5 hours, I've done 5 hours. What's OKC to Dallas? If that's too much, then I'm talking shit. Oh, 3 hours? Yeah. So that's what I mean. I think it's probably about 5 hours to New Orleans. And they can maybe hit other parts in Louisiana on the way. But so you're just talking about major cities. There's 1, 2. I'm gonna count OKC. Okay, there's 3, 4, 5. So that's 6 in the greater Texas area. A couple are outside of state, but within. And depending on how you set it up, let's say, like I said, if going from here all the way to OKC might be kind of crazy, but going from Dallas to OKC isn't. So I could presumably drive to this much of the country and be smooth, And shit, even parts of Arkansas, like Texarkana, if I really want, depending on where I am, if I'm again going from Dallas, can hit different places. So it just depends. And then maybe go OKC, Tulsa, Stillwater, go to college towns, you know what I mean? There's also, different ones. So there's all sorts of stuff that can be done as an independent artist. And, I would always think about that. Even if, when I was in, like, Charlotte, you could just, all right, Atlanta is obviously kind of fairly close. Then you got South Carolina, Columbia. Then you got the Raleigh-Durham area. You got the Winston-Salem, Greensboro area. And if you really want to go up to Virginia, you can. Even though that's a little tougher. You had, until all this stuff happened, you had the Asheville and the mountains. That's where the Moog factory is. But now you had all this the hurricane stuff. I'm not sure you could really count that, but there's a few places you could go. And of course, going back home, Detroit, obviously Chicago. That's the 5 hour. I've made that drive before myself. You got Toledo, you got all the places in Ohio. You can go up to Toronto. Shit, if you really cross through Canada, it's not that far from Buffalo. Cleveland. You get a bunch of places. Indianapolis. You get a bunch of places. That's not counting all the small cities. Grand Rapids, South Bend, Toledo, Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Youngstown, Cleveland, Cincinnati, like Cam said. You know what I mean? Champaign, going to the college towns, Illinois. So I've always thought about that stuff. I never did it though. And you could always do it without money. Like if you got the time off, just hit up open mics in all these cities in multiple places. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to, oh man, we got to book this place and try to, if you're just talking about touring, they're the big old women on San Antonio. But I'm trying to be the Texas tour pounder, so I ain't worried about the big old women out in San Antonio. That's why I'm gonna drink these juices, get this weight off of me, and I'm gonna be the Texas tour pounder. Watch. You said Adam Silver stepped up tonight. I didn't see the game. I lost interest in this shit. I really don't give a fuck. Who wins. I'm gonna be honest. And it's because of Adam Silver. I just don't care no more. I really have not cared about this year basketball. I talk about it. I do kind of care, but it's just like I lost my passion for being a basketball fan. No. Brandon Hollow says, release a bunch of banger tracks promotable your bus. Call it the Bang Bus. I'm not sure about that. Eat one raw garlic a day. I have garlic. I don't know if I can eat, shout out to Senators where they had to eat raw garlic. Maybe I should try it. The Fan Bus. Yeah, Austin is the party city. Fuck OKC. Fuck OKC. Yeah, I don't really care to see any of these teams win. And even before, it's not like I've been watching up until now. I didn't watch most of the regular season, didn't watch most of the playoffs. I just haven't cared. I do follow. I care enough to follow, but I couldn't give really insight on what's happening in these games. And it's a hard to watch product. This is what y'all wanted. Not y'all, but like this is what these analytic assholes wanted. And now nobody wants to watch the product. So you win. This is what y'all wanted. Y'all kept bashing. It's to the point where even Jordan, he's going to come back as a analyst next year for NBC. Maybe that'll help things. And part of what he wants to do is pass the torch. It's like, listen, there's great players playing now. And, because as much as we all love Inside the NBA, let's be honest, it was an entertainment show. It's very entertaining. It still is entertaining, but it's not really a sports analysis show. Now, let's also be honest, there's not a lot of good sports analysis on mainstream television. It used to be, though. We got in the habit of watching it, and so we've given Fox Sports 1 and ESPN credit they don't deserve. There's much better, much more detailed sports analysis on YouTube. It's not even that hard to find. It can be a challenge at times because you do still got people who just echo whatever the mainstream people say. But then you got people who really break down tape, really break down stats, really break down game. And, raw garlic ain't that bad. I'm going to try it. I'm willing to try it. So there's better sports analysis, period, off TV. But going back to Inside the NBA, which I still love, they did bash a lot of players. Better or worse, not saying they should or shouldn't have. They did get a little, and then the generational stuff. And then ESPN and FS1, I get that they made a lot of money on LeBron versus Jordan, right? But come on. They really got crazy with Kyrie. They took bash Kyrie, yeah. And they picked favorites. You're a garlic super fan. I like garlic. I like a fair amount of garlic. Garlic is really good for you. Garlic is great for your blood, great for a lot of stuff, great for acne, great for a lot of stuff, great for detoxing. So there's tons of worse stuff you can eat than garlic. So yeah, I fuck with garlic. I just had some garlic bread. I like garlic. But yeah, the fucking NBA is hard to watch. Play styles are hard to watch. Got your skin going. That's pretty cool. It's pretty dope. Skin is important. Skin is important. Not only for, aesthetics, but just it's usually an indicator of health. If your skin's not right, that means something else internally probably not right. You usually probably have a digestive issue if you got bad skin of some kind, or you're just eating terrible stuff. Strange about Adam Silver. I'm gonna leave that alone. But no, Adam Silver's just not GM. What is he? What's the actual role? Commissioner of the NBA. It's strong. I like garlic. Just had too much upset your stomach. Fair enough. Yeah, it could be very strong. I had made some hot honey garlic butter, and it was like I put a little bit too much garlic. I should have put a little less in there. It is kind of it's supposed to have a detoxing effect, so it might take a little getting used to. It could take. I'm not gonna eat a whole clove. Just eat a small piece and then build up. And then I used to drink ACV. I haven't got out of that. I used to drink ACV water. I need to do that because that was a good way of detoxing too. 803. Oh man, that's tough. Even though right now I'm in a spicy kick, man. I really want spicy food. I might try ghost pepper food or something like that. Ghost pepper chicken wing or something. Or I don't know about a chip. I can eat a chip, but I just really want spicy chicken right now. Like the spicier the better. Like I'm trying to like sweat. Like I don't know why. Brush your teeth, yeah. Brush your teeth, you want friends. Wait, brush your teeth in general. Shit. Keep up with your hygiene. Brush your teeth, wash your ass, all that good stuff. Don't be a AEW. Don't be a wrestling fan. I can't just put it on AEW because the WWE fans apparently ain't all smelling fresh to death either. Habanero hot sauce. Maybe I should get some. I just need some spice. I used to not like things too spicy, just a little spicy. But over the past few months, I've just been wanting. I guess because it's Nashville hot chicken. I really like that, and I just really like some heat. Just I don't know why. Just is what it is. Is what it is. Let's see. Is there anything else to talk about? Maybe get out of here a little early. You know what? I don't think it's too much to talk about. I might try to stream again tomorrow. I mean, maybe I'll try to do a game stream so we can stream a little bit longer. Cause I don't know, I've been wanting to keep it semi-short, but I do, like I said, I love streaming to you guys, streaming with you guys. So maybe we'll try to get something done a little bit earlier in the day. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it for now, even though it's a bit early. So if you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do that. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night. God bless. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.